Watch out, watch out. Watch you, we keep them mahala. Say we keep them mahala. And go down, hey, 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 hey. Watch you, we keep them mahala. Say we keep them mahala. And go down, Get it. Talk to me. We say how we are gonna do this. Oi, ready? Ready? Oi, we say how we are gonna do this. Yes, we go down. Oi, sit down there. Just catch it on the balance wheel. 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 Jesus, are you balance?
The scale of dealing with anti-corruption issues. So there is a learning curve that we are going through. What is important is that the government supports the development of the institution so it can accelerate very quickly on that learning curve and provide the resources so that they can move very quickly on the learning curve, and that the government does not intervene or interfere. And that message goes to the opposition as well. Leave the anti-corruption and policing agencies to do their jobs.
All right, Jamaica. My people. Welcome again to a wonderful, educational live stream, right? Melting Pot supposed to be joining me shortly. So before we start, we always have to do our meet and greet and endorse our people in the chat, because this chat is very much interactive. Right, so let us just go ahead as it relates to our roll call. Right, of course we have Leighton Brown, first one in the class this morning, Anne-Marie McDonald, Dorrit McCoy, Muriel King, bless up, Veronica Shaw, Joycelyn Williams, Ashaniel Marcus, Falmouth Girl, Fiona Burnett, right, and Delia, right, all right, and Delia Headlong, C-Jam, big up yourself, Rowan Williams, Rosa, YF7KK, right, and I pass what, Rowan Williams, sorry for that pass, and Laverne P9R, Universal, Kenroy Johnson, Ransdale Taylor, and Delia Morris, and Dorrit Edwards, right, and Abina Sarkodi, right. For persons who are coming in the lobby, we are saying, an umbrella welcome to you all, right. Now, let me just say this, that, we have been at it, and, for people who are getting somewhat sort of overly stressed, let me say that, believing that, nothing is going to happen. But let me tell you something, my folks. I am guaranteed, as it relates to even tomorrow's show that I will be doing. Let me just bring up Melting Pot here while we was coming on. And I am 100% confident, 100% confident that, of course, judgment is going to pursue. Just this Tuesday, right, we have some serious situation unfolding as it relates to Cooper's Pen, right, situation. And I have gathered some more evidence. And in spite, let me say this before I bring in Melting Pot, in spite of people who are rolling out, right, their view and perception as it relates to how many judges have looked on this thing and granted Falmouth Resort, Falmouth Resort Limited, right, the option in being the landholder. We have gathered evidence, and we leave that for tomorrow that we are going to show. And I would like any lawyer, right, or any other persons who are defending the fact that, okay, the judges, 3 judges look at this thing and, right, handed over the case, handed over the ownership to Falmouth Resort Limited. Jamaica, be real. We have seen examples where our criminal justice system had fully exhausted several trial cases and make wrong judgment. And this is one of the reasons why we say we must pull from the Privy Council to the Caribbean Court of Justice, because the accessibility to justice is important. We have seen several cases go through, right, the judiciary system in Jamaica, and when it goes to the Privy Council, the Privy Council said the judgment is wrong. Let me repeat that. Again, we have seen KC lawyers who came out on platform, and I am not going to hesitate in calling name, Tavares, who came out and openly told lies against Marcus Garvey and the PNP. So not because you have certain judgment. We have seen several lawyers who have gone through the system and sent to prison, included judges. So the bottom line of my argument, and for people to say that 3 judges look on the situation and had given, right, had given Falmouth Resort the go-ahead, and you are putting out 3 judges. We have seen how many judges look on the Vibes Cartel case. Let us speak. How many judges look on the Vibes Cartel case? And when it goes to the Privy Council, what happened? We have seen where men face the criminal justice system and gotten over 40 years. And it took 40 years from then until now that Isaac Buchanan himself and other lawyers look back and said the judgment was wrong. The judgment was wrong. So what I am going to show, empirical evidence, the empirical evidence. I would like a lawyer to come on the platform tomorrow and deny the empirical evidence that I am going to show. And I want other vloggers to look on the empirical evidence that we are going to show. So that's for tomorrow's show. Without any delay, let me just have melting pot meet and greet before we get into the heat of things, because today, trust me, it's not a normal day today. Right? Now, melting pot, meet and greet.
Blessed love, my people. Blessed love to one and all. It's good to be here again on a Thursday afternoon, you know, in the presence of my Titan brother. Yeah. And you know, when we come to come set the record straight. Yeah.
Exactly.
So we are just here today, as usual, to just bring clarity to a lot of, you know, clouded situation in Jamaica. But we big up the people them as usual in the chat room, you know, very vibrant, energetic group of people we have who are always on the sharp lookout, you know, and they are very intellectually, you know, capable of doing that. Yeah, so big them up as usual. And big up the fans them in the United Kingdom, big up the fans them in Canada, fans them in America, fans them in the Caribbean, especially down in Barbados. Yeah, we have a South Pacific fans them, Australia and New Zealand, the whole of Europe. Yeah, you know, we have them places a lot. Yeah, Africa, people are tuning. Japan, people are tuning. So it's a worldwide mission. This will depend around us, so, you know. And you know, we have to big up the community heights in Jamaica as well. Places like 2 Mile where, you know, I originate from. So big up the whole of them hemisphere there. Yeah, and big up the whole of the junglist them in our Barnet Garden, you know. Yeah, and my family them down in the ground zero same way. And the entire blood and fire comrade. Yeah, big them up. And to the party leader, Sir Mark Jefferson Golden, I say splendid work. Yeah, continue to, you know, strive for the higher heights at all time, which we know you have that capacity and that mechanism within you to deliver on all front for Jamaican, where Jamaican can see a new resurgent in the island, where everybody can, you know, unite in a love and harmony and have something going inside of the economy for them as well, where work becomes available and stuff like that. So just oneness and one love, because the word is love. I hand back the floor to you, Sir Lord Byron.
All right. Now, thank you, melting pot. So just let me just say again, right? We have seen from time to time, not one time, not two times, multiple of occasions where a case, right, had exhausted through the entire criminal justice system and the judiciary system, and where judges, several judges, made determination on these cases, and when it goes to the Privy Council, right, they were wrong. They were wrong. And let me say, what I'm going to present, because I am still getting some more information, and based on the information that I am looking at, I said, and I would like a lawyer, let me say from now, I would like a lawyer to come and challenge me tomorrow in terms of what I am going to show, right? And ask the question, how that decision was made in terms of making Falmouth Resort the holder, right, of the people's them property. Let me say it for what it is. And for tomorrow, I am asking all critical thinkers, I want the best mind to come forward in terms of the evidence that I am going to present. And when you look at it, you tell me. You tell me. And if a judge want to come and argue it with me tomorrow, come. Because it is simple. The facts are there to prove that the determination of judges claiming that Falmouth Resort legitimately purchased the land, and we are talking about empirical evidence in terms of receipts, contractual agreement, and signatures. You don't have that evidence. You don't have that. But let me just leave that for tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'll bang around, you know. Because now that I have solid evidence. And what I said Tuesday, again, prove my point that the government, the Jamaica Labour Party administration, and Falmouth Resort, New Falmouth Resort Limited, collaborated to steal and commit mayhem and atrocity. I am going to prove that tomorrow. I am going to prove that tomorrow. And after I prove that, tell any one of them to come and disapprove what I am going to show. Tell them to come. I would like someone to say, no, Mystic, you get it wrong. Come on the program and give clarity. Come on the program. Mystic Sensation is inviting any one of you to come on the program tomorrow and help me with some clarity. Right? And help me with some clarity. Now, Mr. Draws Davis, Tuesday again, here it is that you really make me look good. You really make Mystic Sensation and Melting Pot really look good. Remember, we told you that you have been rewarded the order of destruction, not the order of distinction. Remember, it was just Tuesday. I said it, that you have been rewarded the order of destruction. And what? Less than 3 days. You have proven it. You have proven it. But we come out for you this morning. Right? Because we hear you telling the people who suffered, the victims, let me put it this way, the victims of both the government and New Falmouth, the atrocity that you have carried off on those people, the mayhem and the pilferage, the atrocity, the mayhem and the pilferage that you have carried off. Right? But here you, let me just let the people listen to you, because I come out for you this morning. Right? Yes, man. So, Mr. Draws Davis, as it relates to the man of no sympathy nor empathy, are you going to tell Jamaica that none of your families, ancestors coming down, has not adverse possess? I want to ask you this question. You are telling Jamaica, because my family, you know, let me be the first one, you understand, to say that of course my family adverse possess, and we happy to do so. Me myself at one point adverse possess, and of course happy to do so. So Draws Davis and majority of Jamaican poor people, including you, Draws Davis, including you, right, as it relates to your families, right, ancestors and so forth, would have fit into that bracket of adverse position. But here you know, because you have finally reached, right, you have gotten the order of destruction to come out and destruct. Let us listen to you.
So it's a pity Kukudu transition, you know, Nora. Because we could have get Kukudu to remix the song. See people learn and leave it alone. Hallelujah. Hi.
Now, you found that funny. I saw that Sister Winnie was calling me now. Sister Winnie, give me back a call, because well, obviously I Oh Jesus, I missed the call because I wasn't paying attention. Yes, Sister Winnie, because I like you to always start us up in the morning, you know. Yes, Sister Winnie, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mystic.
Good afternoon, my dear.
And my boyfriend, Mr. Melton Pot.
There you
How
go.
are you?
Make him know plain.
George Davis is nothing. Don't forget, the people is laughing at, they don't go around corners. But you know you go around corners, George Davis. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Talk about things, Sister Winnie.
You come from nowhere. And because you get a job that you have to lick bottom for, you're laughing at the people. How dare you?
Miss Winnie run out bad this morning.
You're not normal. And they give a notice. Now, Mr. Mystic, you and Mr. Melting Pot have more reading than me.
Yes.
I only can talk my way. I am going to be 79 soon.
Okay.
Yeah? How can you put up a notice and there is no owner name on it? How can you give a notice and I know these judges get 300% and they have to do what they have to do, but you got to have a name. I would say, I really give you notice to get off my land. There is no name, so who is the owner?
Huh? Wait until we come out tomorrow.
This is me, Mr. Mystic.
And
if I'm wrong, I apologize. But I'm asking Juliet, Andrew, and the next Andrew, and the Chinese man, are you the owner of that land? Because a Chinese man is going to come on a land that he don't own and tell me to get out. I'm asking. Question was made to ask.
Wait until we run out tomorrow, Miss Winnie.
God in heaven, I feel like those poor people, God knows.
Wait.
How can that thinking Judge Davis laugh off the poor people? You think at my age, when I was about, say, 20, I could buy a land in Jamaica. We could buy land, and if you're red, you could get land. And if you're white, you could get land to buy. People have to squat. They may even come and squat next door to you. Because that's how people are. They cannot afford it. And you laughing after poor people, you got to be the most disgraceful man that I thought you was a pit of the earth, but you're worse than that. Even the devil refused you and Andrew.
Despicable.
Even the devil said, no, you're too wicked than me, Bo. You're more wicked than me, so I don't want you near me. You are like a fallen angel, have nowhere to land. Thank you, Mr. Mystic.
You're more than welcome, Sister Winnie. You're more than welcome.
I'm not well educated, but I try my best.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you for your input.
Mr. Melting Pot, I love you.
All right.
Thank you, Sister Winnie.
All right. Bless up yourself, Sister Winnie. All right. That was Sister Winnie. We like to have Sister Winnie grace the stage, Because when Sister Winnie grace the stage, right, she sets the harder. You know what the harder is going to be like. Now, Mr. George Davis, you are saying that the victim of the government must see people land and leave it alone. But have you told Andrew Ones, Darrell Vaz, Rural Reed, and Andrew Wheatley to see taxpayers' monies and leave it alone? I want to brush you, but before I brush you, I have to squeeze in melting pot, say a little thing, and then we move on. So let me ask you the question, George Davis. Are you telling Andrew Ones, Andrew Wheatley, Rural Reed, and Darrell Vaz, all of these people who are going to face the court, Jamaica, I have a news for going in, as it relates to Rural Reed, but we left that for tomorrow. Now, all of these people who are going to face the court, Draws Davis, are you telling them to see taxpayers' monies and leave it alone? Well, I am going to get into a confession after Melting Pot speak. Yes, brother Melting Pot. Briefly address.
Yeah, man, I want to address the boy, Draws Davis, and make him know himself to leave Big Mama Land alone. Yeah? Because I don't know where my text said for the poor people in Jamaica fine. You didn't bet in Andrew Wallace and them criminality, land grabbing affair with them, you know? Yeah, because you know, say, them down on a journalist, you know, them down mouthpiece propaganda. So, Draws Davis, if you want to elevate yourself in the media circle, you have to come off a Big Mama Land, yeah, and get real. And a matter of fact, you can't come back, you're doom and gloom already. Yeah, because this government where we are looking right now, you know, them are collude, yeah, with New Falmouth Resort to steal the land. Yeah, the land don't belongs to New Falmouth Resort, you know. Government want it and them have use New Falmouth Resort as the decoy to steal the land. You hear that? So me are going to make all of down there. Yeah, we are fight tooth and nail to clear Andrew Wallace and them land grabbing activity. Get real. We know the score. Yeah? And we have to make sure now we put up the score on the board so everybody can see it. Yeah?
Right.
When you go back into the history of the land, you know, dating back from under the Jamaica Labour Party administration, yeah? The then owner, yeah, refutedly claimed that he wanted to sell the land to the occupant of the land. But he was, you know, not given the go-ahead to do so. Okay? That was under the Jamaica Labour Party administration. Now, remember, you know, Mama P know where I going. I know it's a controversy, a brew with the land. And did not want to displace the Jamaican them from them settlement. So when Mama P approached them as government at the time to buy the land, remember the man say want to sell the land, you know? Yeah. Mama P approached him as government to buy the land. All of a sudden, him don't want to sell the land again. And remember, you know, you have Chang, Kamina, Johnson Smith, we work on the case there. Yeah, in the initial phase. You know everything about the land and what there is to know about the land. Now, when you look at everything, when all is said and done, Mama P couldn't get the land for purchase, you know. So Mama P dropped the caveat on the land, and she dropped it on there.
All right,
stop
leave it
it.
right there, Melting Pot. Leave it right there, son, because I love how you bite into the evidence and establish the evidence. But we're not going to dig deep right in that. We're not going to dig deep in that. But I love how you pull out that, you understand, and show the start of collaboration and the trickery between the Jamaica Labour Party administration, one, and Falmouth Resort. All right. Now, we are going to proceed because we want to have certain evidence cut and clear. So, Melting Pot, we have heard Draws Davis come out and telling people to, right, leave people alone. Now, this is where it is going to happen, Melting Pot. We are going to show Draws Davis, right, that Andrew Wallace is confessing or had confessed past tense, had confessed as a result of his involvement in illicit enrichment. Give open confession to the Jamaican public. So, Draws Davis, I want you to hear it from the horse's mouth. Listen, Draws Davis. Listen. Listen to confession. I want for you, Draws Davis, to hear the confession by the Prime Minister telling you that he has been involved in evil against the Jamaican people. Listen to the confession, Draws Davis.
And Eternal Father, I come acknowledging that we have sinned against the people of Jamaica.
Draws Davis. Draws Davis. Have you heard that? Or you want Mystic Sensation to play it back for you again? Have you heard your Prime Minister who rewarded you the order of destruction? This is the Prime Minister that you are batting for, who acknowledge. Let me have you listen to that again, Draws Davis. Listen, Draws Davis.
That we have sinned against the
Listen.
God and Eternal Father. I come acknowledging that we have sinned against the people of Jamaica. We have sinned against our fellow man. We have sinned against our family members and relatives. We have sinned against our neighbors, strangers and visitors. We have sinned against the children, the youth and the unborn. We have sinned against the poor and the weak and the elderly and the sick.
Draws Davis, the leader of the government, the man that hold the highest office, said he had sinned against the poor and needy. Hold on there. I know me a melting pot I make up the sinner. I know me a melting pot are the people in my chat and the good people, critical thinkers who are listening to us today. Only hear the confession. Let me try back here. Let me try back that little piece here.
We have sinned against the poor and the weak and the elderly and the sick.
You hear Draws Davis? Andrew Holness is saying that he has sinned against the victims of Cooper's Pen. Andrew Holness is saying that he had sinned against the victim of Bernal Lodge. Andrew Holness acknowledging that he sinned as it relates to all of those people homes that he damaged. It rests on his conscience to the fact that he sold a campaign message that him, no bad mind, nobody over them piece of squatter land. And he's there to help them. But we have seen him, Pernell Charles, Hutchinson, Andrew Wheatley, taking away the lands from the people. And here the Prime Minister today confessing. Go ahead, Prime Minister. Please finish your confession.
We have sinned against the free and the imprisoned. We have sinned against those in the care of the state, including the children, the mentally ill, the elderly, the prisoners, and others. We repent, O God, of all our sins committed against these and all persons, local and international, in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Amen. Amen, somebody. Hallelujah. Is someone hearing me? Amen, somebody. We have a full pledge. Full pledge. Acknowledgement. Coming out of the mouth of the Prime Minister. But I'm going to make melting pot and sign. And then I am going to show Jamaica that the Prime Minister, after that prayer, continue to commit atrocities and continue to sin against the people of Jamaica. So, Brother Melting Pot, you have heard the Prime Minister acknowledging that he had sinned against the poor, sin against the needy, sin against the weak. And here you have George Davis. He's butting for the same man who had acknowledged his evil against the innocent, against the poor, against the weak. That George Davis is in concert with the evil who committing atrocities against the people of Jamaica. What say you on this matter, Melting Pot?
PR, soundbite, coming from the guy. And George Davis know too, you know. That's why George Davis not really buying into it and continue to operate in the space so you see him operate. Because not the whole said this in the church, you know. Yeah, it not manifest and come to tuition, you know. All the sin where I sin against everything. We don't see a holiness change in direction. I want to tell him even go full speed ahead more now. With the sin against the nation, because remember, you know, them time them never use the state killing at him disposal, you know. Ramp up state killing, and we see it on video, we have too much of them, too much to explain. Yeah, so a guy like Andrew can come talk. And I know, you know, quarters give him and I listen to him. Because I know he's a liar. Yeah. Because after him sin and 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 him sin. You Andrew, you Andrew tell the people say, we repent, oh God. And Andrew always repent? No, he is even more of a serpent than repent. Yeah, because Andrew put all 3-day-old baby out there with their mother and a bus stop, you know. Mash down them house where they use the money, the relief money, and give them to build up just where they, you know. Fully know the people them and know where them live and know everything about them, you know. And then got destroy the newly built houses them, because you can't see the material them on the ground. And him not care when film hurricane slightly on, holiness a blow through. Yeah? Flat everywhere. Elderly woman get threatened for her door, kick off, and she sick with her heart. You can't imagine, man. She never experienced these things. And with Jamaican men were falsely arrested and falsely imprisoned. And so that is two separate cases in one dimension. Yeah, false arrest and false imprisonment. So I don't know how to manage, you know. But this is the guy who say repent, oh God, but continue to do more evil than even before when he met this prayer meeting. Yeah. And I wonder why the church people them continue to allow him to come inside of the building them. Yeah. The sacramental building of Christ to tell lie. They must push back on him with that, man, because he can't tell no more lie now, you know. All this bag of tricks with throat that I'm wrong everybody see. He can't lie to the people no more. And big old nasty George Davis and the whole of the clan glamour them need to know, say, who them about for can't win, you know? He can't win. It's like he just a bowler and just a know the ball. He can't score no runs. No more runs than they can get. Out, we are going to out him soon and get him out of the place once and for all. Amen. And back the floor to you, Sir Lord Byron.
Amen. And thank you. Right? People, you know, we are asking you to just bring up the likes, right, to about 300 people because we have roughly 500, right, device. Right, so just give us some likes because, you know what I mean, that's the only thing that we ask, right, so that it can go out and other people can be informed, right? That is the reason why, you know, the more likes this get, of course, right? Legris is saying, bring up the likes to 300 people. All right, now, Jamaica. So we have heard Andrew Owen's confession, and we heard him acknowledge, right, say indeed, after doing an introspection, he has to come to the public, right, and to speak the truth to power. And he's saying, Jamaica, locally and in the diaspora, I have sinned against you. I have sinned against the poor and the weak, the vulnerable, right? I have promised them lands, but I damaged their homes. I, disreplaced them, right? And as it relates to beach access, I denied them beach access. But the question, was he forgiven? Because Father God himself know the hearts of men and know that this man is so corrupted. And so then it seems like there's a spell placed on him for him to be pestilence amongst the people. And that is his judgment that he's getting. Now look at this, Jamaica, to tell you now that the man continues down the road of evil, the land of no return. He's visiting the land of bare skulls and skeletons. Now, the abyss of hell is opening, awaiting, anticipating for the arrival of Andrew Holness and his administration, including George Davis and all the networks, right, who try to put a lipstick on a dirty pig. Now, let us hear what Daniel Archer, Jamaica, Daniel Archer, the National Integrity Action, is saying to us regarding Andrew Holness' administration and the high level of corruption. This is not long time news, you know. This happened roughly about 2 weeks ago. Listen to what Daniel Archer is saying, Jamaican people. Listen carefully. Because George Davis, you come out about leave people alone. You need to tell Andrew Holness and his administration to leave taxpayers' monies alone, because you, George Davis, is going to witness them going into prison one by one. Trust me on this, George Davis. Trust me on this. Listen to this.
Prime Minister, they said, hello, these are some omissions that you may have here. Give us an explanation for these omissions. He clearly gave an explanation, which was accepted as being the reason why it was omitted. Why these belong to my parents. I really didn't remember them. Mm-hmm. And they were accepted. And right. I can appreciate why that would be. It's not really yours. Your name is on it, but you're not really using it. And so having notified him about these omissions, they gave him another opportunity to resubmit this statutory declaration now with the correct information. So they closed up the question.
So Jamaica people, I want you to understand what is happening here as it relates to the multiple bank accounts that the criminal have, laundering money all over the place. They gave him opportunity, right, to correct what he previously stated, because what he previously stated in terms of the justification not adding up. And even after they had given him, the Integrity Commission investigators, given him the opportunity, right, to correct what is not adding up, he was allowed the chance to correct it. And even after the correction, it's still not adding up. But we want you to understand what is going on here, you know. Even the Integrity Commission investigator says, Prime Minister, you have stated this and stated that based on our investigation, right? We find it not to be so. All right. In your memory, could you go back and make it correct for us? Look on the chance that the IC had given him, and after the IC had given him that chance, he's still unable to justify. Listen, Jamaica.
That they were asking in relation to the statutory declaration, and right. Invited him, it appears from the report, to resubmit this declaration. Upon resubmitting this declaration, having corrected what they had identified as this omission, they're now examining it. It is upon the examination of it now that further questions arose as it related to financial transactions that they would have seen on the documentation. And when you submit this information on the declaration, the agency is empowered to go and verify. So if you said you have 10 bank accounts and you...
So my people, after he was allowed to do the correction, the investigators now went and investigate based on the correction now, people. Let us try to advance ourselves in terms of understanding. So yes, something went down, right? The investigators give you an opportunity to correct it. And after your correction, your submission, the investigators also went again and investigate and prove contrary to what you have corrected. Jamaica, listen now. Jamaica, make you listen.
You have $10 in each. They're literally going to verify whether or not you have the 10 bank accounts with the $10 in them.
Just like how the auditors operate.
Correct.
When they come to your
business place or
they
your firm.
audit you.
Yeah. So what they did was they went through and they then discovered that they had more questions than answers.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
So see there, Jamaica. See the Draws Davis. See the Jamaica. See the Draws Davis. When the Integrity Commission investigators believe that, okay, right, the Prime Minister made the correction and everything is going to be okay, the Integrity Commission investigators only left with more questions than answers. More questions than answers. I'm going to show you the evidence, you know, people. But I want to listen to this first. Make we go through it.
So it's in the questioning now. And if you look at the report, you will see that there were many questions. There were emails that were sent asking for different information. I think on one hand, they even sent in and asked for information relating to a credit card. So there was a series of exchanges where there was information, additional information that was being requested over a period of time. The information was gathered and the information has to be assessed. One of the mechanisms that it appears that the Integrity Commission uses when you file a statutory declaration are analysis or methods of analysis. These methods are what allows them to determine.
All right. Stop there, sir. Daniel Archer. Stop there, sir. I am going to show the people as it relates to analyzing the Prime Minister's statutory declaration, what he had reported to the Integrity Commission investigators. And I'm going to show the Jamaica, people that investigation prove otherwise. To the contrary, and you're gonna prison, you know. Hey, all the fight you fight, and all the go on you go on. All the fight you fight, and all the go on you go on. If you notice, Fid, your friend was saying over Fid, him not talking because him can't help you. And he was told to recuse himself. Now, let me show the Jamaican people what Daniel Archer is talking about. Stop shades. Let me show the Jamaican people what Daniel Archer is talking about, so then everyone can be in the loop in terms of the correction. Watch this now, Jamaican people. Let me bring up the Prime Minister statutory declaration that the Prime Minister reported to the Integrity Commission. And I am going to show you the forensic investigator who investigated and found otherwise to the contrary, even after the Prime Minister had given a chance to correct the previous mistake. The Prime Minister cannot correct it, but the Prime Minister said, bring more questions than answers. Look what Daniel Archer is talking about. Let us get into it. Look at this, Jamaica people. See it here. I'm going to bring it up. The Prime Minister give to the Integrity Commission that in 2018, its total assets was $112 million. In 2019, it declined to $111 million. 2020, it mounted up back to $131 million. I want to see the same thing when I talk about, what the Integrity Commission look for. In 2021, you understand, it escalated to $197 million. And in 2022, melting pot, it gone to $200 million. Now watch out, Jamaican people. For sure, so we're not telling no lie upon the Prime Minister. Watch this now, watch this now. The forensic investigator went and investigated, and this is what they found. Right? Look what they found. Let me just look what they found, Jamaica. Let me see if this is the right document. No, not that document. I don't need that document. Let me just get to the next document. Right? Let me just get to the next document. Sorry about that, my Jamaican people. Right, let me just get to the next document here. What did I do here, sir? What did I do here, sir? Okay, let me just take away that. Let me just get to the right document. Sorry about that. Things happen sometimes. All right, here it is. Here it is, Jamaica. So this is the investigation from the forensic auditors. Remember that Andrew only said he only has $200 million in 2020. Remember, that's what he told, right? The Integrity Commission. But now, the forensic auditors, see what them found here? Them found the Prime Minister account them. See that, Jamaica? This is the period between 2020 to 2023. When the Prime Minister in 2020, I say he have only $200 million. Only look on this. This is what it says. It put Andrew Honest sort of justifying the situation, put him in a more deep bind, because now they found this. Look here, see it here? Estate Bridge deposit, 145 million. But see the total transaction through all the various bank accounts. See the various bank account them, Estate Bridge, right? Imperium, Positive Media, total, see there, $473 million. $473 million. Let me take on this. I ask the Prime Minister a question. Wish me know this is the question that you're going to have to deal with in the court. So let me ask you, Jonas. Why you didn't declare all of your assets to the Integrity Commission? Your 2020 statutory declaration is showing you that you have 200 million. The forensic investigators during that period of time is saying that at least we found $470 million. Let us start, Jamaica people. Let us put all the politics out the door, no man. And let us deal with the evidence. You would have show the Integrity Commission investigator said, look, only $200 million is my total assets. Then if that is your total assets, the forensic investigators found after you said that, they investigated, and what they found you have multiple accounts, and in totality of the multiple accounts you have, it come up to $470 million, but that was serious and more egregious situation. That now it is very serious now for the Prime Minister. Look what they found again. I come out for you, Charles Davis, and you make me back through this, And you make me back through this, Charles Davis. Look on this. So you know, do nothing good for the Prime Minister more than make him in a bind. Look at this. Jamaica, come. Let me bring up this. Come, Jamaica. Let me get into this. Look into. Let me dig up here. See it here? I want Jamaica see it, you know. But I want Jamaica see this. Nothing no life on you, Andrew. Nothing no life on you. See them one, remember center it, that's Jamaica can't see it. You remember center it? And just one item on the people them see. See it here, City US dollars checking account number 68. Andrew Honest, let me look at the year, 2022, you told the Integrity Commission that you have only $200 million, you know. The forensic investigators found multiple accounts that total 470 million, and they also found this. Talk to me about this, Andrew Honest. You this year, sir, have 713,000 US dollars. See the Andrew Honest, 2022. See the March. See the receive 2021. This make it even worse for you, you know. Because this show said it was received March 2021 received. See it here, Andrew. We not tell no lie upon you. So if you have 713 US dollars, 713,000 US dollars, and you have 470 million US dollars around Pandong in a NCB, and you put them together, you're a billionaire. So in 2022, Andrew Wallace, this to tell me say, you're a billionaire, you only tell the Integrity Commission, say only $200 million you have. Or how are you going to get out of something like this? Let me tell you something. One of the people that tell me, you know. Tell me Andrew Honest, Draws Davis. Are you that take a film Draws Davis? And I tell the people them, to leave people land alone. Are you telling Andrew Honest to leave taxpayers' monies alone? Me only to show you the evidence, you know, Draws Davis. Draws Davis. Why not come? Me I send out an invitation to you, Draws Davis. Can you come on the channel and make me talk for 15 minutes? Me will clarify some things. Me I send an open invitation for you, Draws Davis. Whosoever want to defend him, Draws Davis and Big Mama, who come on the platform, no man. I'm going to argue this. So Draws Davis, you claim that you're brilliant, and your Big Mama claim that you're brilliant. The 713,000 US dollars, right, that Citibank received in 2021, and the $470 million running through NCB in various accounts. And yet the Prime Minister is telling the Integrity Commission investigators in 2022 that the in total assets and liability is only $200 million. How that go? Talk to us, Draws Davis. Talk to us. Clear evidence. You know what the Prime Minister said in his defense? Hear what the Prime Minister said in his defense, Jamaica. Listen to what the Prime Minister said in his defense. The Prime Minister said in his defense that no, it is a mistake that Citibank made. You know, I didn't lodge 713,000 US dollars. I lodged 713,000 Jamaican dollars. Now, Prime Minister, that is a US account. And if that mistake occurred from day one, number one, the tills could not be balanced. Could not be balanced. Number two, the reconciliation report would have picked that up. From day one, the bank would be in a problem from day one if that wasn't so. But my Jamaican people, you know how long that money stayed in the bank? That money stayed over 1 year in the bank without the bank pick that up. Talk to me, Jamaica people. 1 year. 1 year in the bank after the forensic investigators then found out the Prime Minister coming out to say a mistake. Yes, Jamaica, we now make up this. The Prime Minister say a mistake and $713,000 US dollars. A $713. A 713 Jamaican dollars. 713,000 Jamaican dollars. But even so that we accept, all right, but we accept that. You'd have still lied to the Integrity Commission. You'd have still lied to the Integrity Commission. We know say that's impossible to happen, you know. But even if we say, all right, we could give a leeway, and we could just put that past. If you're saying that you have 713,000 Jamaican dollars, not US, when you add that to 473 million, Prime Minister Seaga over $1 billion. So melting pot, come in, you know, because all of them would have talk out there, you know. When we talk, you know, we talk based on research. And when we talk, if you want to challenge us, don't stay up on your platform and challenge us. Come over us and make we have a civil conversation. Simple. All right, my boss.
Well, you know, the more the IC gave Andrew rope, him hang himself, you know, and the rope where IC gave him a time. Yeah, time was Andrew rope. Yeah. And him hang himself repeatedly because he has no track record of what his criminality was all about. And what he tried to submit was a mere spit in the bucket based on what him have. You understand? So he was not a smart guy, you know. And then you find him always make himself look idiotic. How can you have 713,000 US? Yeah, 528. And the correct amount that. May I give him correct amount, you know? 713,528 US. Him have. But then when him find out, him say a Jamaican currency. And it then at the bank for more than a year. Yeah, and it no cost no eruption in the banking system as it relates to them total balance. Yeah. Because Andrew no realize where I say to we, it cannot cut the mustard seed. You understand? Andrew, you have to come clean, you know. Round here, so you have to come clean. I say if you dirty and people want claim to be clean, we will establish the true fact. Yeah? And make them know say, you know, dirty, you're dirty. You're dirty more than dirty, Harry, when it comes to stealing. Yeah? So this guy, you know, yeah, just look back when him start out in 2018. Yeah? Him have 112 million.
Yes.
2019, drop off one. Yeah. But what is now? Come 2021, you know, the guy skyrocket up to 197 million and a lockdown period them there, you know. Not now going for this guy skyrocket up, you know. Yeah. But just like Dushan Shabadia, yeah, and Team Skyrocket chart, yeah, as it relates to Amber Group. That's why we know we tie the two of them together. Yeah. But watch this now. 2022, mighty God, the man make sure come out of the 100s and gone at the 200. Come out of the 1 and gone at the 2. But that's another whole factor of the matter. It had no time after time skyrocket to 473 million. Andrew, where the money come from, sir?
Yeah. Talk to him, melting pot.
Andrew, money coming like pandemic, you know, score. Where that mash up the world. You know, the numbers that we are project every day in a region. The people are lose their life. So Andrew gain money. Andrew, you filthy man. And anybody will back you, them dirty like you and stink like you in a corruption. Yeah, Jamaica have to get wise now. All of these money where the guy amass are the taxpayers' money. And it to fix the infrastructure and make the people them life better. So me no want to look at garbage. We align themselves to a criminal. Come out and defend this criminal, you know. Especially against the IC. Remember I tell you know, IC give the man time. Yeah, Andrew take the time and turn it in a rope and hang himself in front of the IC and everybody. Him can't explain him wealth. Unexplained wealth him have, that mean him a criminal. And that is I tell you. If me or Byron have unexplained wealth, well, we can't tell nobody how we get this or we amass it. We are criminal. But we don't have nothing like that. We are struggler. This guy just step in politics for the and surpass everybody in a CARICOM. All who did lead them country before. Him surpass them. He even surpassed the governor for Florida in terms of where he earn. This guy is dangerous. Very dangerous. And me can't stay some Byron, can't stay some Lonesome, can't stay in the wilderness and back this, you know. Because this not good, this toxic for everybody in our country. Yeah? Because, remember, you know, when Andrew clean out them your money, you know. Yeah? And when you look on the 3 trillion and when you look on the whole of a million, them we are missing from UHWI and all about the place. What you think of full back the gap? Taxpayers. Taxpayers become a donkey and them load the hamper on our back. Yeah? And suck out everything out of the hamper dry. Left the donkey with nothing, because that them terms taxpayers to be. Yeah? So we are saying, them things not supposed to happen. When a guy come promise the nation, earth and heaven. Yeah? That's him doing, you know, 2016 campaign. Yeah? And them preaching them go on with. Yeah, it's a soundbite guy and a PR guy, and we have to rein him in. We can't make this guy perform no more work of art in our society, where criminality is concerned. Here, and all who they around them look nasty in this way, you see like the Royal Reed and the Pumbaa them and the whole of them, and the vehicle them. The whole of them forgot prison. One by one, they'll be going to jail. As a matter of fact, we can dump the whole of them in the one time too. That the justice system work effectively, you know. Yeah. Within a short period of time, we're supposed to see that 10 of them that dump in a prison, you know. Because right now, we're certain say over 15 of them under scrutiny. Yeah? And it's bad. And nobody have civil morality not supposed to have back this type of corruption in the country. That simply means we don't care for the suffering people, them. The young baby, the elderly. We don't care for them. I yield back the floor to you, Sir Lord Byron.
All right, because I was just about to say, give me a break. Let me just hear from the callers, because we need to have the callers them start to interact and engage. Right? Yes, caller. Let me know. We are going to load that space for at least 15 minutes before we get to the next hot matter. Right? Yes, caller. You're on Mystic Sensation Live. Go ahead.
Hi, Mystic.
Blessings, Mike.
I just want to tell George Davis.
Yeah.
That his national honors is not eternal honors that come from the Almighty God.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that God secured justice for the poor and uphold the cause of the needy. And he is going to have the last laugh, George Davis.
Yes.
The Almighty God is going to have the last laugh. It burns my heart, and a lot of people called me and said to me, did you see how this man sat down and laughed at the poor?
I'm telling you, man.
And the needy. But what he don't remember is this, that if it wasn't for the food for the poor, for them a food, and if it wasn't for Father Holang, and man sing a great new Ramkisun, who was there to take care of the needy in Jamaica, what would have happened to the poor and the disabled?
Exactly.
And he must remember where he came from, because he thinks that we don't know him. He don't remember where he came from. And they don't remember that Michael Manley took them out of the poor and the poverty and gave them free education that they could go to university. And if it wasn't for Michael Manley, everybody would have poor in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is that years ago when we were growing up, our parents, most of the older generation, they could not read or write.
Yes.
And they had land and they bought land, but they bought the land, but it wasn't registered. It's when the children started to come up and educate themselves, then they started bringing surveyors and survey the lands and register land.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, remember this. Seaga did the same thing. Valley Gardens.
Yes.
Because it was back a wall, and where Queen's Theatre was, right back, Seaga bulldozed those people. And he built the Valley Garden, and it became a political garrison for Seaga. So
Yes.
Andrew Holness is following Seaga's footsteps. Another thing is, since Andrew Holness came in, why you see all this land grabbing and things start? Because his wife is a builder and he's a land grabber. And all those people in his party, they identify lands, is councillors and his member of parliament. They identify lands in their constituency. And that is why they are stealing the lands from the people.
Yes, true, true. You're on point.
And most of the people, they migrated, because in the 1980s, a lot of people migrated to the United States, and I would never turn our back and look on the land that we left behind.
So true, so true.
So a lot of those lands there are owned by people, but nobody went back. People not interested in lands anymore, because I know my parents had a lot of land from Lincoln Avenue right down around to Gem Road, and we gave the land to the people who was living there, because in those days people used to lease land, and remember they used to bring the board house and truck back.
Yes.
And put down on the lease land. And they lived there, and the generation lived there. And when we migrated and decided to sell the place, we say, you know what, give it to the people. Give it to the people. Because those were the people who used to wash our nappy and took care of us when we were little kids. So I tell my brothers, give it to the people. And we never look back.
Yes. You're right, you're right.
So what has happened today is that it hurt our heart to know, and especially George Davis when he come out and mocking the poor. I tell you something, if Archbishop Samuel Carter was alive today,
Yes.
he would have come out and said something. Because one thing he taught us was the Beatitudes of Christ.
Yes.
So thanks, Misty.
I always, it's my pleasure, man, when you come on the platform and voice your opinion, right? Because it is well accepted and well admired. So we really appreciate your input. All right, thank you, right, to come on and share your opinion. Love it. Thank you. All right. Now, Jamaica, we are going to get into a more serious situation. It's George Davis again, you know? And this is what Andrew Holness keep on doing. For people who he believe can vie for him while he's doing his corruption. And let me say this clear. I'm going to speak on something here, not giving, right, to say that, you know, I am blaming a particular individual. I have seen that Pamela Monroe have gotten the Order of Distinction. Based on Pamela Monroe work, I know that Pamela Monroe deserves it. Let me put that out there clear. Where I am worried is under which administration. If it was a Margolin administration, you wouldn't hear Mystic Sensation speak zip about it. The reason why I want to put this out there, because I know that Pamela Monroe is investigating Darrell Vaz. And I know what the Jamaica Labour Party administration stand for. Right? We have seen a situation where, and let me give some examples here, where Glasspool Brown was given order of distinction, or if it is order of Jamaica, I stand to be corrected.
Order of Jamaica.
Order of Jamaica. Thank you, Melting Pot. Right? That's why I like fly with my co-pilot. You know. Order of Jamaica. And we have seen the result of the election. Knowing to the fact that we have evidential material as it relates to the Paul Buchanan case versus the Andrew Warnes, challenging the outcome of that election. And where Glasspool Brown is adamant that the election was fair and balanced. That is his stance in. And people, what you need to understand, that if Andrew Warnes, and when Andrew Warnes loses this case, what it tells you now about Glasspool Brown. So now that I've created a background in terms of why I am worried about Pamela Monroe's situation. I know that Pamela Monroe is highly credible and highly deserved. But the truth be told, Jamaica, I must speak it. Because I don't know Pamela Monroe personally. And I don't know what it takes sometimes for people to fall from the rail of justice. But we know that influences are powerful. And particularly when the government driving that influence. I am not saying this to say that Pamela Monroe is going to corrupt herself. That is not what I'm saying. But I am saying from the government perspective, giving persons order of distinction and rewarding persons who really and truly not to be rewarded. So that is on the basis in terms of what I'm speaking about. What Draws Davis had done for this country. What Vegas has done for this country. What Glasspool Brown has done for this country. And the list goes on and on and on. So on that basis, I am sticking my point out there. Because there is a timeline that I am happy about that Pamela Monroe had given. That the timeline should be coming up mid-September. That we will hear about the buses. And so then I am just putting this out there to say that the Jamaican people are indeed anticipating as it relates to the finding of your investigation, Madam Pamela Monroe. Now, Jamaica, make a move out into the art of corruption and show you again as it relates to the reasons as to why Draws Davis had been given the order of destruction. Here is Draws Davis again. And I am going to prove them to be evil and vicious and wicked. Listen here.
It's not my interpretation. I'm not name dropping the PNP here. As I say, I'm just here washing up plate after Tapia and Cliff Hughes had a hell of a feast on Cliff Hughes Online on Tuesday. He said PNP, he said Dr. Peter Phillips, and he said PNP more than
Let
one.
me start this over so you can
What
catch everything.
Tapia has said now about the PNP's involvement, it's not my interpretation. I'm not name dropping the PNP here. As I say, I'm just here washing up plate after Tapia and Cliff Hughes had a hell of a feast on Cliff Hughes Online on Tuesday.
Now, Draws Davis, let me talk to you now. That's why it is important, Draws Davis. You that call yourself an ace journalist, you're Papi Show. Because you have not done any investigation. Because if you had done investigation, you'd have known that Tapia is a liar. And while he's blaming the PNP, the situation with Darrell Valls happened in 2019. Draws Davis, come on. I expect better from you. I expect better from you. PNP was not in power 2019, Draws Davis. Draws Davis. Come on. So it's either two things, Draws Davis. One is either you're ignorant of the facts, which that doesn't make it any better for you. Or two, you know the facts, but you chose to go down the route of misinformation and disinformation. So let us listen to you.
He said PNP, he said Dr. Peter Phillips, and he said PNP more than once. So we're in no doubt, according to Tapia, of where the rumors against Vaz came from about his visa. Watch this now. September 2021. A press release issued by the PNP. The People's National Party is calling on Minister Darrell Vaz to explain details surrounding a waiver he was granted that has helped him to secure a one-year US visa. According to the PNP, the need for this waiver raises immediate concerns which must be addressed. The opposition is calling on Vaz to clarify for the people of Jamaica the circumstances which led to the need for a waiver. Direct quote from the press release now, sent on Saturday, September 25. Mr. Vaz is a sitting member of the cabinet, and the need for this waiver raises immediate concerns which must be addressed, as it indicates that the consular officer had reason to believe that Mr. Vaz is associated with drug trafficking. That was the PNP's release of September 25, 2021.
Draws Davis goes back again. That's why research is important. The People's National Party is responding to an investigation as it relates to the seizure of Darrell Vaz's visa. But occurred in 2019. It was not the PNP who came out with it. The PNP was responding to an investigation done, Draws Davis. And it was not the PNP in power 2019. Let us play on.
So then, based on what the former US ambassador has said, if it is that we are to believe that the PNP has run...
If it is that if we are to believe, so you know very well enough, that Tapia is lying in. You know very well enough. So now I now believe that you came out with the intent to travel the route of misinformation and disinformation based on what you just said. If we are to believe. Because you know what Tapia is saying is not facts. It's not facts. Number one, the PNP wasn't in government. Number two, the investigation was executed in 2019 and PNP was just merely responding as a result of the investigation. Let us hear you.
A program on Darrell Vaz and ran that program for a long time.
The PNP run a program on Darrell Vaz and run that program long time. Mighty God of Daniel. Man, how are you going to tell God, man? Draws Davis. Now you see why you get the idea of destruction? I am not even going to make you go 1 inch further. I am just going to shove the evidence in your face and ask you for near me. Yeah, I'm just going to shove the evidence in your face and tell you for near me. Mighty God, man. Let me shove the evidence in your face now and tell you for near me. Draws Davis. A mystic sensation this year I play with you now. Let me push the evidence in your face. Let me push down the evidence in your throat. You understand? Now look at this now, Draws Davis. To show you how vicious you are. Now look at this. You never know so we have this. Yeah man, see it here? See there? November 8th, 2019. You never know, so we have this. Just Davis, talk to me. You see why research is important? Come on.
Increase it a little bit more, there, Sir Byron.
Of course, I'm going to increase it, Pat, at your request. You can't see it now, Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, man. Lovely.
Yeah, man. Let me show the people there. See that? The sender said, isn't sure, but here. The real reason why Darrell Vaz lost is US visa. Everybody has been busy speculating and lying about the reasons for the revocation of Philip Paulswell visa. I am going to circle that too. Some of the stories read like an action movie, some like a thriller, and others appear to come straight from Fantasyland. Yet, as we read and digest the Disney-like fantasy about Paulswell's revocation, we hear no reason for the revocation of Darrell Vaz's diplomatic and visitor's visa. The diplomatic visa, which is granted under right of passage clauses of the Geneva Convention, give ministers and diplomats a free pass to do the country's business. Watch this now, people. So why would the US rescind the diplomatic visa and the B1/B2 visitors visa on October 8th without a specific incident which breached the understandings under which the visa is granted? The US government will tell you. So now, there is the proof that this is the reason why the PNP was acting as a result of this investigation. What on the arm? George Davis, don't go nowhere. Don't go anywhere. You understand? I know say over big mama grease up the engine, but don't go anywhere. Now we stop share that and take with that. They'll get down in the juggling, people. They get down in the juggling. Watch this now, Jamaica people. They'll get down in the juggling. Because what we put over here, so facts. Share that now. Continuation. There were material breaches by Minister Vaz. Where the draws this? As me say, I hope you're not busy over Big Mama, the grease up engine over there. There were material breaches, y'all laugh melting pot, by Minister Vaz, which caused the State Department, wanna listen now, FBI and DEA to all agree on the revocation and cause pressure on Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Now, listen now. If you had done your research, you'd have found this. The incident involved Vaz traveled to Mexico City to collect kickbacks from his Moon Palace Resorts connection for his role in the rooms and the beach deal. Me tell him, you know, George Davis, tell Andrew Holness and his administration to leave taxpayers' money alone. A prime Jamaica property, the payment of US $2 million were made through the Jamaican Commission agent. Want to listen to people. But Mr. Vaz collected $475,000 in Mexico. So Andrew Holness, let me ask you a question, George Davis. Wasn't it Darrell Vaz in 2019 working as it relates to in the office of the Prime Minister? When the Prime Minister sent Darrell Vaz to Mexico to collect this food here? Now this food here hit the Swiss system. Now 475,000 what hit the Swiss system? You know, I'm sorry for your backside because Andrew owns 713,000 in a city bank. You understand? Must hit the Swiss system because if 475,000 as it relates to you collect in Mexico City, hit the Swiss system. You understand? Then just imagine what's 713,000 US dollars in a Citibank, but we just have wait until Donald Trump come out of power. The financial transaction flowed through the US banking system, and Mr. Vaz was fingered. See there, hold on, people, I make it. See there, me not make it up. See there, the financial transaction, the money, United States, the Swiss system, United States onto it. See there, I know we are telling no lie. Me and Melting Pot now make up this. The financial transaction flowed through the US banking system, and Mr. Vaz was fingered. And when, how can a finger I get? And when consolidated with US real estate and huge construction works at his house in Portland. Hey! Piece of that the food are gone in a Darrell Vaz house in a Portland. And me I say them as something I know. Vaz was sanctioned. These funds were also used to acquire additional property in Portland near Monkey Island. People wanna hear this? Bangarang. Melting Pot, you hear them something, yeah?
Yes, man, away I say me I hear boomerang road, yeah.
Ha people. Bombshelling of people. The Moon Palace money also led to the Prime Minister who made a huge and illegal cash lodgement to First Global Bank, me backside. See where this money come from, yeah?
Year.
People make me read this over. The Moon Palace money also led to the Prime Minister who made a huge and illegal cash lodgement to First Global Bank in New Kingston, backside.
Mighty God.
Me tell them, say, see people money, see taxpayer money, and leave it alone. Which the US authorities have flagged because it violated US laws. You hear them something, people? The deposit was not reported as the law requires. This caused the bank officer, who is a strong GLP supporter and acted as NXT chairman, to more stuff there, people who know what on there. Let me stop sharing that one now. But more peace more left here. We're not gonna have people stick and
dig you up quick.
Let me dig it up quick people. A Mystic Sensation, listen, don't play with us around here, son. Don't play with us. See that people, see the last piece here? In Kingston, which US authorities have flagged because it violated US laws. The deposit was not reported as the law requires. This caused the bank officer to call come in here, and you know what call me? A head boy, you call me, people. Hold on them, me have to tap this. Hold on the people, me have to tap this and listen to head boy now. Talk to me, head boy.
Brother Byron.
Yes, head boy, talk to me, Papa.
Good day to our uncle as well and the live with you. Melting Pot. Bless up.
Big up yourself, sir. Big up yourself.
You know, Brother Byron.
Yes,
you're
sir.
onto something, you know.
Yes, sir.
You're onto something.
Talk to me.
And I want to tell you exactly what you're onto. The question you should be asking Darrell Vaz is when the moon policy deal was going on, which airport he flew from to go to Mexico City.
Talk to me now, head boy, we are listening.
I'll suggest to you why he lost his visa, and I'm going to speak in codes. If you know a movie called Queen of the South, when he went into Mexico, he got proceeds from the Queen of the South.
What you say?
For having wanted to undersell the property in Moonpad. Remember I said you undersell and go collect. Yeah? So he was underselling the property, and they moved 300 and something thousand US.
What?
Through an account that he had with, I was not afraid to say, the bank where have the same name as the food. Yeah? Saving Grace, Amazing Grace.
Whoa.
He went through their bank, and that's how the funds was flagged. And it was when the US traced the origins of the funds, they saw that it was, hear me now, coming from Sinaloa.
What?
Sinaloa. Yes?
How would
And that's how he lost his visa.
how can a bang
So
around the
when I
pan?
hear him,
Well,
when I hear him come out,
well, on the head, boy. How can a bang around a go and pan me a melting pot today? Melting pot, you hear them or something? Yeah?
Me hear it, man, but and I first me I hear it. And I first, you know.
All right.
Me
talk
drop
to
some
me,
of the
boy.
line upon them already. Anyhow, continue, boy.
know it, Byron. So when they went, him and a former minister now in Manchester was on the flight. The week before, the same Monkey Island we thought was over in Portland. Yes? They had brought a team, him specific, to go and look underneath the water, which is Navy Island. They were mapping the place to go build. So it seemed like the same group wanted to buy that land to go build another hotel over there. Yeah?
Wow.
So I don't have to guess. I saw with my own eyes. I saw the man boarding the flight. We knew where the flight went. We knew who the plane belonged to. Yeah?
So
that old chief Darrell Vaz can't come pretend. You can sanitize, you can disinfect yourself all the time you want. But we know who you are.
wow.
Right? And that's why he lost his US visa and coming to blame PNP now to impugn motives and bring out a demented man like Tapia, who is very demented. I don't even think Tapia know him finger from him foot. Yeah?
My
Come
idiot.
out to come and say it was the PNP who caused him not to get his visa.
Crazy. Him seen
When
island.
it's the funds that came from his account that caused him to be flagged.
Exactly.
Because under AML proceedings, once you are a PEP, moving money under your name is risky. Because you're a politically exposed person. So the US allowed them to send the money and watch them sending it and see where it come from and say, oh, that's why you have the note in his visa about proceeds of funds from the sale of drugs.
Ah, that makes sense.
Because not that he was involved in the sale of it, where he got the money was questionable in terms of who is their real backing. Pax Mexicana is a real group that is operating through a lot of these investors you see in Jamaica
And
coming
they
from Mexico.
and what you are saying Melted Ed boy, that they are real drug cartel.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they use them to front the things. Because they need to, remember now, Pax Mexicana, people need to know what Pax Mexicana is. It is the largest transshipment group. They operate out of Colombia and Mexico, and they have taken a particular coast of the Caribbean for their distributing hub. And one of that coast is Jamaica. Yeah? That's why they buy properties they want the entire seafront for themselves.
So
the US is
so what are they doing now, Ed boy, is to transfer the proceeds of crime in sand, cement, and steel.
Exactly.
Yes, which is what used to happen in the days in Bahamas, in the idea of Escobar. Yeah? And similarly in some places in San Andreas in Colombia, and Bogota in Colombia, and IE. So what they're doing is doing the same playbook, but what is making it hard for them now is that the US, and when you hear the US talking about the shipment, in Jamaica there's now a new movement of something now, and it is now the fentanyl. Fentanyl is being distributed from Jamaica.
Whoa.
Yeah? Because it is no longer, remember the US, the Mexicans and the Colombians lost access to the, and I don't want to go in this too much, but I just want to simply say, Darrell Vance knew why he lost his visa. And so don't come and impugn motives to people.
Exactly.
And you are correct, Mystic, in saying that how them now sing, say, see people money and leave it alone. Because if he really meant the song he was singing, why didn't he told the Speaker of the House, who stole the lady's land, Ashley's land, and moved her boundaries over to the point where the court had to order her to pay the woman?
Well said, Ed boy. Well said.
All the best, my brother, and keep up the good work.
Thank
and all
you.
I have to say to Darrell, not even the prayers of the priest can sanitize you.
Oh
And
my,
go on.
no, oh Jesus. Let me tell you something. Melting pot, I want him, he can tell you, you know. You see, Ed Boy, right? Ed Boy is someone who fully aware, you know. You understand?
True.
Because several things that Ed Boy had spoken about on various platforms, right? I myself do check, and Ed Boy is so on point that me I say, I mean, from once you see Ed Boy call, me just give him way. You understand? I make him state where I must state because Ed Boy knowledgeable, right? We want people to know that. You understand? And we know the people who are credible. So when those people call, we don't itch. You understand? We let them through because you are getting the source of credibility. So thank you, Ed Boy, for that input. But watch this now. Right? And I'm glad now how Ed Boy, you understand, further validating this situation. Right? Here it is. Right? Kingston wish the US authorities have flagged because it violated US laws. The deposit was not reported as the law requires. This caused the bank officer, who is a strong GLP supporter and acting as NHT chairman, Andrew selectively. What may I tell you, the corruption, you know? You understand the delegation of people put in a certain position, you understand, to do Andrew bidding of corruption. Boy, it's not easy. To be fired. He has since been rehired at Jamaica National, I think at Jamaica National Bank, that is said. He has since been rehired at Jamaica National Bank, yes. By Curtis Martin. You understand? So you see how the crony capitalism continue. The investigation, the crony capitalism. The investigation at the bank has been blocked by Senator Dan Webby. You remember that Senator Dan Webby, melting pot?
Yeah, man.
Right? So it goes back again to the delegation and people who surround and what I'm saying, it's a kleptocratic government, you know.
Mafias.
And chairman of GK Financial Services. However, the US FBI officers who came to Jamaica remain concerned about the transactions in Jamaica. The name Andrew Holness itself, along with Police Commissioner Anthony Anderson at the time, for visa revocation within the State Department. You hear people? See it ya?
Go gaga.
Andrew Holness. See that? The name Andrew Holness itself, along with Police Commissioner Anthony Anderson, came up for visa revocation within the State Department. The US authorities believe that Mr. Vaz is at the center of racketeering. Remember, said, Ed Boy and just talk to me, you know, and talk about the connection, you know, when get the money from, you know, and see it. Remember, say, Ed Boy never see this, you know. Eh? Me never read yes yet, you know, before Ed Boy speak, you know. Hear it, so? The US authorities believe that Mr. Vaz is at the center of racketeering, money laundering, and other crimes. And their investigation in the US is pointing to the threatening, right, the very existence of the honest government. And
all right.
What do you want this melting pot?
Why the whole in this government?
No, them say the matter is not over.
No, they no over.
Okay.
It can't over, you know. Anybody got to prison? What on the mistake? It only matter for over nobody not going to prison. They want the whole in this administration. Then the matter is over.
All right. Hold on, before we get serious, let me clear up. Hey, for sure to say, nationwide double down in the arm. In the nonsense.
Yeah, man.
Okay? I am going to show you a document as it relates to Philip Palwell thing. When nationwide cut off and nationwide, now explain it, you know. So we never know say nationwide in the business now. You understand? For start to now adjust with information, with news feed. They shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Should never be. Because they're not credible.
You are going to now edit. So nationwide are gone on the editing business. How can a man go on to Jamaica? Some of them want to know, NNN. We know, say, Mystic Sensation knows, say, edit information, you know. All right. Let me prove evidence number one. The Cooper's Pen investigation, where we know, because UCM Nationwide had put out that, right, the business, the registrar of company, remember not Nationwide, you put it out, you know, say the registrar of company, right, deregistered New Falmouth Resort, you know. Go back now upon the information where you have, you edit it, you know. Me want the people them go back now upon the information, I go put it out, you edit it, you know. And it's a lucky thing, sir. Me take a picture of it, you know. So me they show the evidence that stop edit information for please Andrew Wellness. But let me ask you a question while I am at it. Why you have edited the information as it relates to the register of company, deregister New Falmouth? Because when you realize I want to give too much information, I want to give out too much information, I don't want to protect. You understand the criminals them now? You cannot be doing that. You cannot be doing that. I don't want people come listen. I want to see when I tell people about disinformation and misinformation and them something now do. It's wrong, man. Brother, it is wrong. It is wrong. Backside, man. Enough is enough. Now, look at this and explain this again, right, with Philip Palwell. Because I come to clear up Philip Palwell business, you know. And see the big mama, see where the editor, see, so no edit one whole range of the information, yeah, big mama. See the down at the bottom, you no explain the thing in a detail, you know. Because guess what? You know want Philip Palwell look good. You know want Philip Palwell look good. You know want show the part which part Philip Palwell was wronged. You know cut off that. See the evidence here, you know cut it off. And just have the little piece here. So you cannot be doing this, brother. So you know have you. Understand that the United States government has reinstated the visa of East Kingston Member of Parliament, the PNP, Philip Palwell. Because you don't want to mix him up, you know. You don't want to mix him up. Our sources in diplomatic circles in Washington, D.C. says Palwell was this week issued a 10-year B1, B2 visitor visa. Right? News emerged on November 1, 2019 that Palwell US visa had been revoked by the US Embassy. And so, I don't want to left it like that. I want to cut off the whole thing and explain that there was a mistake. I want to cut off the whole of that. And here we have it so now. No reason was given for the revocation. That is lie. That was lie. So you must stop from doing them something here. The reinstate of Palwell visa is welcome news for East Kingston MP, whose political career was jolted by the revocation 2 years ago because there was a mistake made. Right? There was a mistake made. I want to tell the people and explain as it relates to what was explained. I want to cut off that. West Portland Member of Parliament, the JLP Darrell Vaz visa was also revoked in 2019. Look how I shape up this now. Vaz visa, visitor visa, was also reinstated early this year. And not tell the part, you understand, that there are some warning and some indications on it. You understand, as it relates to a certain number that Darrell Vaz, you understand, visa, as it relates to drugs running and rare. I'm going to cut off that. I'm going to show the people the evidence, you know, see here. Vaz, who's also country energy minister, was also issued a 5-year diplomatic visa. Uno explain all of that, you know. Uno just cut off, uno edit one for edit. This can't look good for news. This can't look good. No, this is serious. Jamaica, may I tell you something? So this is serious because if a news media is going to do this for a corrupted government, this is very serious. This is very serious. You understand? We understand, say, okay, all right. Yeah, you're free to, vote for who you vote for. But when you're a journalist, you understand, to the fact that you are going to actually edit information and sow the seed of this information, it is wrong and you are to be investigated. You are to be investigated. This is wrong. This is a serious threat in Jamaica. You cannot be nationwide that you're willing to edit information to appease a political narrative. You are not to do that. You are not to do that. What say you on this matter, melting pot?
Well, the widespread corruption ring around Jamaica, It start out from politician, come right down through police, come down in a media, and now blabber. You understand? And we know this cannot be good for the country. Yeah? But we could just touch back on the guy, Vaz. Because when Vaz carry out him garbage criminal act, him a minister without portfolio, and him a man a yard hard the saw, go for the money in Mexico. And we didn't know about the sales agreement and the valuation, and him valuate 50% left basically. Yeah? Just under 50% less the value the place go for. It was amazing to everybody. But that wasn't the true legality. Them go collect the kickback. Yeah? And Mexico. Him and hard the saw. Yeah? Man a yard. Yeah? Because him always want to look through everything enough from long time, hard the saw. That's what I call him in them, no sharp. Him always mix up from them back time meltdown in the 90s, All him get bail out. And both of them think them active Yeah? So when you look on it now, them not supposed to go on like say, Pumbaa's visa never get revoked. And the circumstance of why him visa get revoked. He might do money laundering and drugs trafficking. Because if him not physically angle the thing, he might deal with the business for the man them. So my part of the ring of criminal activity we are going. Yeah? So that's why them label it at that. I remember DEA upon him, I remember we know the number and visa. And it tell you when you get that number upon your visa, I tell you the reason why. Drug Enforcement Agency and to him. You understand? So it was no secret. So them draw back for this little piece of shit they don't we come and chat all type of garbage. Yeah? Him don't know him attack, say him lift up. Because nobody no want him to come back down in the country now, come and spew PLI out and dank him out, You understand? And at them look people like Andrew around him and mash up the place, because the whole of them are lie. Me never know a party could have just orchestrate lie willingly so and just tell it at all costs. Pay people to tell lie daily. It's bad, man. Come on, man. For Christ's sake, man. Get real, man. You know, say Andrew sticky in a corruption that's not even enough farmer solvent can release him. That him just give up the ghost and just say to him people, him say, here is some money. Just spread it and tell pure lie. Can't you know him gloom and doom? You understand? And everybody who have been following the Andrew Holness saga, this is probably episode number 3000. Polipa saga I'm having. This problem we are talking about him right now is episode 3000. Because from this guy coming up politics is pure controversy for him. Controversy surround the guy and his administration. And several members within this cabinet fall foul of the law because them practice what Andrew preach. Andrew a criminal. I mean, I stop telling the world that. That's why everybody around him now infested with criminality. Yeah, I remember as you write the fact, and I leave out nothing, As you write at the top of this conversation where we're having at this segment, we are talking about people where we know deserve to be awarded, but we cannot allow a criminal government to give them an award, especially when they are deal with case that involve members from the criminal administration cabinet. Because we have seen what transpired with Glasspool, green. Him not brown, him is a green. Yeah, at EOJ office. We see nasty dirty thinking Vegas, who has done nothing in regard to deserve anything from our Jamaica list of honorary. You understand? But them draw the piece of shit house a guy where I tell a black widow to do what with him. Eh? A ball out said do this with me. Eh? Peter King the widow. Pigegas. But them award him. I will see several more people are straight edge get award to tell lie. For being a corrupt journalist. So we cannot have people that we would endorse as people of credibility being associated in taking any award from the Andrew Wallace-led corruption government.
Exactly. What on the melting pot? What the vibration there? Let me just pull through one of our callers. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Go ahead.
Yes, good evening, Mystic.
Yes.
Good evening, PM.
Thank you, sir.
You know, we have this man who always jump up and said, well, like we all of them, PNP too bad mind. When they want to have their own way of getting things done.
Yes.
And PNP would say, no, it's the wrong thing. I'm going to draw to this point, which is going to open eyes to a lot of things what a lot of people don't know. When was the last time you hear any bird mention about digital currency?
Good time. A long time we haven't heard anything surrounding that.
All right. And when it first started, it sounds like it was so important and one of the most important things. And the Prime Minister's list, right? Well, it's gonna brings a lot of alarming. Let me tell you a lot of things. That was only act to make it looks like the Prime Minister need it. He don't want it. He don't want it. His cronies don't want it. Vaz don't want it. Trust me on that. The Jamaican people don't want it, but he and his cronies don't want it much. You know who wanted it? America, Canada, England, those are the countries that wanted it. And you know why? Because of the influx of things that is coming into Jamaica. You can launder money by using cash. Digital, you can't.
Yes.
You can't launder with digital. So to show you, he don't want it because you know what they do.
Huh.
So you notice he don't mention it.
So he's highly hypocritical. He's just speaking about it, but really and truly, he doesn't want it based on what you are saying because of their involvement in illicit deeds.
Reverse psychology.
You see Vaz have this card to show. He have this card to show based on the discussion of what happened in Mexico and all this, and the catch he got red-handed. He got this card to show.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And digital would have just made it worse.
Would have made it worse. Exactly.
Would have just made it worse.
Yes.
So they don't want it.
Yeah, I see your point.
Okay?
Mighty
so
goodness.
that's what I'm trying to say, just to back up
all right.
with all what we are saying and this money that they're moving around.
Yes, I see your point. I see your point. See your point. All right.
All right.
Bless up yourself.
So regular Jamaican people have no need to worry about this digital coming anytime soon. At least not under this administration.
Because it will expose them. I understand. I get you.
Yes.
All right. Bless up yourself.
Right.
Blessings.
Blessed.
All right. Yes, Melting Pot. Continue.
Yeah, man. So, when we look at the whole, volume of corruption, who is at the center of the, controversy, it's headed by the government, the chief civil servant at all time, because me tell everybody this, none of them cabinet minister, them can't rob if him no want them to rob,
True.
Because remember, Pumbaz was minister without portfolio, but him a head after Mexico. And you hear where him lift up from type of airport. Feel like nobody now go see him and who? Man a yard. Him a man a yard, you know. But that time at US, them did have link for the money still. Because them know everything we are going. Them up there wait for them and them go up there so them clamp them. As them go up, them clamp them. A member is a senior man. Senior man. In the American administration, I can't call him name, but I choose not to. Him assist Pumbaz. I remember say Pumbaz did have to make certain concessionary deal right there and then. So Pumbaz start back to who? Chief civil servant. And deal was made right there and then. That's how them was allowed to carry the money into Jamaica. That's how them free up the money. Yeah? So Andrew and Pumbaz have a lot, you know, to talk about when it comes to Jamaica taxpayers' money and Jamaica asset. Man a yard as well. I'm complicit. Yes. You understand? Because the whole administration is formed from the core at the top, you know. Them run the show. Them pull out the most major taxpayers fund defraudment in the country. Yes. You understand? And this is why they have so much asset at their disposal. This is why Juliet Holness can show one property valued 800 million but have two more running alongside it concurrently. And those two worth more than the one that was in dispute at least flat. Where Juliet get money from? These money has been circulating. And the money circulate amongst him and Juliet, wife and husband team. Yeah? And then, you know, the rest of them get for them own. Yeah? And they are just doing it because they are some type of greedy, ill-gotten gain individual. You understand? Yeah, and them can't stop. Andrew could have redeemed himself long time. You know, long way I tell him, say him expose. Him to just cool off and just calm down things. Yeah? Just like when Eric Smith they tell the man them in the wiretap conversation with BBC do, tell them to calm down the drug smuggling. Andrew could have calmed down for him. Money and land grabbing in a Jamaica car. We expose him long time much here now, but him continue car him say no chess more than everybody. Yeah? Well, I know chess we are playing now with you, no big man. We are playing with you now bigger than chess. Yeah? So you can still have a chess game. You understand? We are playing people must go to prison. Oh, that sound, Andrew. Can't go around that. People must go to prison. I don't have to go to prison. Because remember on activity out there, you know. Remember, US know everything we want to do, you know. I remember midterm just around the corner. I remember advance Trump can't win it. And from Trump can't win it, you know who will control that. And the Democrat. I remember Biden, they put out the first one in Panya, and Biden, who him represent? The Democrat. That's why Trump can come in and use the card Trump. Look over the script and see your name pop up much time in night as criminal Andrew. So Trump just dry around him. Your man where I will use you. Yeah, and squeeze you. And get everything where I want out of you. Yeah. But remember, Trump now have nothing to do with you, you know. Trump and you are no friend. US does not seek friend. Them look out for them interests. Yeah? I remember when a Trump matter leading into in presidential campaign was to make America great again. And you are one of the piece of shit house where you used to make America great again. You piece of nastiness, Andrew, with your criminal endeavor. You and the garbage them in your cabinet. With the whole out of one wall and putting a fishnet. You understand? And show their sea. Yeah? Because you can't take a country like Jamaica and just take it for one and mash up the place. Eh? Who won that authority? Was that the mandate of the people? No. The mandate of the people was to make you give them the prosperity where you promised them. So them vote you in. And say, yeah, the man has the prosperity and we don't know about it because it look like Mama P did not give you nothing. Yeah? And you sound by it and PR and shoot the people in. Yeah? But at that mandate them they ask for you. Prosperity. Yet still what you do? They deal with austerity. Kill out the people with austerity measure in the country, brother. And right now we are set up to stop, you know. And we are saying the honorable thing where you can do, you know, brother, is resign your post, you know. Resign your post. Because you're not sleeping well. You're not looking well in your outer appearance. Because this thing will wear you down. You know you have the IC to deal with, and you know you can't get out of that situation. Yeah, no matter who you put in a position to grant you any favor, it just can't work in your favor. Yeah, so you know you're under increasing pressure with that. You know you're under increasing pressure from the international community, where Jamaica is now being known as the renowned transshipment hub in the region for drugs trafficking. And here, a boy just come tell you a new substance we have moved through the region there too. Yeah, this is how you turn the region into, you know. And at the expense of even dragging the country below 80, and like the country I make nothing out of no illicit enrichment activity. We not sink the country because we not, you know, looking to no other areas for investment. Your big boy, them satisfied with the economy, you know, because them know it mash up, it can't come back under your administration. So what your big boys might be right now, it just invest in the drugs. Because the shortfall from consumer purchasing, because no consumer in Jamaica with no purchasing power again. Your little 17,000 minimum wage is not going away. It can't buy no grocery. So the big boy, them enterprise are feeling. But they resign that and move to cocaine under your administration. Because you walk up the gateway for cocaine trade in our country, you know. But please, the big boy, them, a mass up to the economy is now worse than 80. Because 80 US dollars stronger than our one. And then them export and importation is closer in comparison to number than our one. When import far exceed what we export. So you holiness, you must go to prison. And I yield back the floor to you, Sir Lord Byron.
Well, all right. Well, let me tell you something, Jamaica. Right? We have done some deep dive, right, as it relates to Cooper Spend, right? So we get up all the information. I'm supposed to get some more information later, right, to come and prove to people as it relates to the truthfulness, right? Now, what we are seeing based on our investigation and conclusion within the investigation is that the Jamaica Labour Party administration and Falmouth Resort, New Falmouth Resort, right, company, right, is in collusion, in working in concert, right, to dislocate these people. It is wrong, it is evil, and we are going to show evidence, empirical evidence, right, going contrary to so-called judges, right, determination. And this is not anything that Mystic Sensation or Melting Pot reinforcing, right? We are just looking on the evidential material, right, and weigh them, right? And I know when we share them tomorrow, right, other persons are going to look on it. And we want to have an open conversation for tomorrow, right, where, you know, people participating in looking at the evidence that I'm presenting. Because face it, people, right, as it relates to the numerical order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, 101 and one started, right? The numerical order. You can't say a 3 started. That is the type of evidence that we are going to present tomorrow in terms of, you know, people look at it, right? And so then I just want to say, right, for all the people who and again, let me speak again. For people, look here. Someone said to me on Tuesday that, you know, someone said that no politicians will be going to prison. Now, Jamaica, I am so happy. I am going to show you something where the judge warns somebody and tell him say, sorry, come what it may, you find yourself here, sir, in the court, and we are going to try your backside. People, tomorrow is going to be interesting. And that's what I tell the people I'm saying now. You hear we are on social media and we talk. Right? And we talk. And people believe, say, boy, certain things don't go, it's not going to happen. Right? I remember, you know, I want them to can show no evidence before me go. For sure, I say, for persons who say, somebody make a remarks in saying that no politician, right, get punished in Jamaica. And this is why it's important as it relates to the facts, you know. Our the information there. I wanted was to show the information that is not true. Right? I wanted to show the information that is not true. We have roughly about 6 to 7 politicians.
Seven to be precise, sir, Byron. 7.
I found it, people. Whoa, hold on there. So I just want to put it out, right? To say, listen, I don't know where these people are getting their information from that, you understand, politician or go prison, right? Stop it. That is not true. It is just not true. Right? So let me put it out. So we can show. And we know say Andrew Honest, you understand, in deep bind. Let me see if we can get it before we close out. Because I want you people, right, to stop from worry yourself. You understand? Andrew Honest, Andrew Wheatley, right? And one name we may go talk on tomorrow. You understand? They give him ultimatum. So you have to go face your backside judgment in the court. You understand? We tell them, you know, one by one, they are going to jail. Let me see if we can dig up this. I feel so sweet and so happy. Right? Okay, let me cancel that. I feel so sweet and so happy when I saw that. That was really a good one. Hold on, let me just get this. Let me just bring up this just for you to see it. That of course, yeah, man, them get forgot prison.
No spin,
right?
No cover-ups, just the truth. This
let me just
cover-ups.
Let me just share this information because okay, taking some time to load, right? I am making sure that when I am informing my people, I don't want no form of misinformation, you understand, giving the people them the right thing. We are from 19, I'm going to show the evidence. Oh, it takes so long to load, man. Come on, load. All right, let me see that when it load because I just want to show the people. Right, that from 1965, you understand? We have been sending politicians to prison, and you know who are them prison there? You know how them politician there? Jamaica Labour Party politician, not one PNP.
Real talk.
I met him, but you know, they said, okay, it just come up. I'm glad to have it for share. People, unbelievable. Watch this, people. Let me show them. Right? Oh wait, hold on, my peeps. Hold on, my peeps. This thing here, I'm gonna just put it up. Hold on, the peeps. Because I want to see before.
No spin.
All right, hold on.
Just the truth. This is Jamaican focus.
Hold on. All right. Let me find it. Let me share it now. All right, see here, people. This is the truth that you understand, evidence. You understand, and the truth is out there. So for people who talking about politicians not going anywhere and blah blah blah. Andrew, I am betting you people. I am 110% sure. You understand? We are going to put them in prison. So listen to this, my Jamaican people. Listen.
Bringing you the facts, exposing the lies, because Jamaica deserves answers.
Wagwan, Jamaica. Marcus here with another episode of Jamaica in Focus. Today, we're diving into an eye-opening article from the Jamaica Observer titled, Taking Corruption to Another Level. This article exposes a troubling history of corruption within the Jamaica Labour Party spanning decades. But here's the thing. The article stops at 1990. So we did what we always do. We went deeper. And what we found was a disturbing pattern that stretches from the 1950s straight to 2025. Let's rewind the tape. In 1951, Josie Malcolm, JLP, Minister of Education, sentenced to 12 months at hard labor for defrauding constituents. 1954, L.L. Simmons, convicted under the Official Secrets Act. 1965, Arthur Burt fled the island just before facing a commission investigating school construction corruption. 1990, Jag Smith, former labor minister, jailed for stealing $70,000 US from farm workers' savings. Our review shows this wasn't isolated, it's systemic. Now, fast forward to the present. In 2018, Petro Jam. Millions vanished. Former chairman Dr. Percival Bahado Singh was charged after submitting false claims. General Manager Floyd Grindley was also named in the audits over questionable contracts and spending. 2019, CMU. Nearly $50 million misused. Former Education Minister Ruel Reid, his wife and daughter, along with CMU President Fritz Pinnock, were all charged with fraud and corruption. What happened to those charges? 2020, NESOL. Former engineer Lawrence Pommels was convicted after millions were paid out with no contracts in place. 2023, Marissa Dalrymple Philibert, former House Speaker, charged for filing false statutory declarations. 2024, Leslie Campbell, ex-MP, found guilty for failing to comply with the Integrity Commission's disclosure request. 2023, the Integrity Commission flagged potential conflicts of interest involving the Prime Minister. No charges laid yet, but laws were clearly bypassed. Our review shows the Commission couldn't certify his declarations from 2019 to 2022, citing undeclared accounts and shady company links. They referred the case to the FID and TAJ, but instead of cooperating, the Prime Minister launched a judicial review. He tried to strike down Section 14, subsection 5 of the Corruption Prevention Act, the very clause that deals with illicit enrichment. He argued it unfairly shifts the burden of proof to him, but the court said no. They refused to compel the commission to certify him, though they allowed him to challenge the findings. And now he's heading into another election, with his declaration still uncertified. Different faces, same party, same script. From Joe Malcolm to NESOL, from 1951 to now, the pattern is clear. Corruption thrives when leaders feel untouchable. And
All right, Jamaica, there you have it. So when we are speaking, right, be happy. We are here standing and fighting for my wonderful and lovely brothers and sisters. And my heart and my sympathy goes out to the Cooper's Pen victim of the government and victim of New Falmouth, right, resort. Tomorrow, I'm going to mash up them life. Tomorrow, I'm going to expose the dirt. Tomorrow, I'm going to shove out the water and shove out everything upon them tomorrow. So people who are looking forward, right, to have you tomorrow, it's going to be another nail-biting live. Now, Melting Pot, your last word before we go, Brother Melting Pot.
Well, I just want to say to the Jamaican people, whether you're Labour right or PMP, just keep the faith, just be strong. Because right now, where this guy take the country to, everybody I feel it, so everybody I merge now as one, They sing from the same in sheep. They want its leader have to go. They want to see the back of the whole in this administration, and they want to see them face the time for the crime where them carry out, yeah? Harsh penalty must lie ahead for holiness. and him administration. Yeah, because they had done so much hardship to the country and so much people have suffered at the hands of this barbaric Pharaoh guy where we have in the place ever Prime Minister. Yeah. So we just want, you know, our Jamaican products acknowledge this current climate, yeah, where a blow over them. It's a climate of demolition. Anyway, you live if you have, you know, paper showing that you are legally, you know, in charge of the land, them will come bulldozer you down. Yeah. I remember now, you know, when bulldozer lick, you know, coming back from a bulldozer lick, you know, so you know it a flatten you and mash up you and your life. Oh, you have to build back and survive back. Yeah? You have to take outside now for your home, under the tree, under a blue tarpaulin or a blue tent or under nothing. All elements affect you. You understand? You're out there, you're exposed to every element and crime. So the whole sinister of this administration is that it has caused too much pain in the society of Jamaican people. And we want to see the back of him like now. And me I tell the people, you see, if it don't take an uprising and if it have to take the legal process, which is the general election, make sure no them not get one seat, you know. I rub out clean bowl for 0 next upcoming election. Yeah, because something has to be done. But I don't think the Almighty will give Jamaican people more that them can bear. And I don't think Jamaican can bear any other period of time outside of 2026 with this criminal named Andrew Holness. And I yield back the floor to you, Sir Lord Byron.
All right, so again, that's where you have it, my wonderful people. I want to say thank you for passing through and make it great, a Mystic Sensation Live. Really appreciate it. And you know, we always end as it relates to our wonderful music that we always play. You understand? That speaks the truth as it relates to the government and the governance that we are experiencing. My people, thank you for passing through. Bless.
10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food pan we plate. People are suffer while Andrew live great. Hey, hey. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people bare. 6 months later, them still out there, asleep under the air. Your GLP friends them build high rise, road still full of wood. House pocket to a field while the nation lose its soul. Hospital overflow, picnic can't get bed. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame. Every time something wrong, it never go in your name. Jamaica a drown and you claim you're unclean. Biggest actor in a politics we ever see. Boldness, time to go. Time to go. The people, we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know, hear us. We are not on the door. Boldness, time to go. Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Boldness, time to go. Farmer can't afford to plant food, price reach the sky. You bring in the poverty while your own people cry. We born ya, we grow ya, we bleed for this land. But Andrew at the top won't extend the man. You talk about vision, you talk about plan. But 10 years later we still can't understand. Corruption report London, nobody charge. The people pocket small but the scandal them large. Roads crack up parish council bro. Country suffocate done and it just smoke. And when we raise revise so call we political. But the truth is the truth and the truth is biblical. Boldness, time to go. Time to go. The people, them say no. We say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know hear us. We are not on the door. Boldness, time to go. Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Boldness, our time to go. Hurricane victims still under tarpaulin. Prime Minister fly gone foreign. Your JLP cabinet full, but the people COVID empty. Oh, you live so large when we live in so scanty. Not with fists, not with fire, but with voice them rising higher and higher. From every parish, every yard, every gate, Jamaica speaking, and I know too late. Time to go. The people. We say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know, heroes. We are not body door. Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Oh yes, our time to go. This one is for every Jamaican. Walk your 4 feet. We are sleep on cardboard. We are drive on broken road. The people don't forget. The people don't forgive. Enough is enough. Jamaica.